Hello everybody, Gamer Penny here, bringing you another episode of our Lord of the Rings online Let's Play, and we are back with Baradbeam, and today we're going to continue on the story quest. So, we need to pick up a picnic lunch from the Thirsty Seer in the southwest section of the 5th Circle. Of course. Is there a horse up here? I don't know. Gandalf. I don't know how to, best traverse Minas Tirith. That's Pippin. How do I even get out of here? This isn't the guy I need, right? Castle of Gondor or Ormatar. I need Othnar. Okay. How does one? Alright. Let me get my bearings. There's a guy right up here. I think that might be Pippin. That's Pippin. Alright. Let's try to get out of the 5th circle, or get to the 5th circle, I guess, and do this picnic. Gate of the tree. I also got a new pet. Let me bring him out. I got in one of the gift boxes, I got a prepared corgi. Look at him. What is he toting around? A pie. Perfect. Okay, he's gonna follow us. Prepared corgi. Treats and gifts. Alright, here we are. Better Hall. Made of stones. Alright, are we on the 5th circle? One, two, three, four, five. Yes, we are. The Black House. Houses of Lore. Aha! Found a picnic basket. Hey, boo-boo. Alright, I've got the lunch. Carry the picnic lunch to the watch point at the end of the pier at the top of the city. Really? To the pier? Hey, boo-boo. Picnic basket? Alright, come on, corgi. Dun, 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 dun. I don't remember the passwords if we're supposed to remember them, so I feel like they're just story. Not actually passwords that we need to remember. That would suck if they were. I didn't write them down anywhere. Bow, bow, bow. Neath. Okay. Citadel of Minas Tirith. You may pass. Thank you. Gate of the tree. Okay, where are we going? Straight that way. Aha. I bet this place is beautiful when it's not disgusting. Nighttime and dark from Mount Doom. Look at that. Jeez. Picnic basket. Okay, we're at the end of the pier. Watch point. Hey, Pippin.
Do not be shy, my friend. Let us dig in.
Ah, look at this delicious spread, Baradbeam. I see why Gandalf spoke so highly of the Thirsty Seer. It's his favorite tavern in Minas Tirith, apparently, and I can see why. Well, do not be shy, my friend. Let us dig in, and we can talk after we have taken the edges from our appetites. Eat and drink some picnic food. It tastes very good. Tastes delicious. Brew is most refreshing. That is a good start, but by no means an end. I will nibble a bit while we speak, if that is all right with you. You asked Pippin how he came to the White City. Well, Gandalf brought me here. I slept much of the way, but Shadowfax is the swiftest of his kind, and he was at a gallop for most of the journey. Why did we leave our friends behind? Well, Gandalf thought... He just thought I should see Minas Tirith is all. The others had their own plans, and, you know, he's a wizard. Pippin awkwardly stops speaking and picks at the food in silence. You wonder at his sudden evasiveness, and decide to have a little more of the lunch. Picnic food. Food tastes fine enough. Tastes very good, but you're becoming worried about Pippin. You sip the brew and it refreshes you. I wasn't entirely honest with you, Baradbeam, and I am sorry for it. Gandalf did not bring me to Minas Tirith without cause, or as a simple sightseeing trip. I know you were not deceived, but it is difficult to speak of, and I am still ashamed that I might have worked some harm. Not on purpose. Gandalf called me a fool once or twice, and he was right to do so, but I would never endanger my friends on purpose. There was an artifact at Isengard. Wormtongue threw it down from the tower, intending to do some harm to either Saruman or Gandalf, and I saved it from rolling away into a pool. Gandalf claimed it soon afterwards, but not soon enough. I found I could not stop thinking about the dark globe. I stole it away from the wizard when he slept, and looked into it, Baradbeam. I saw... Pippin trails away into silence, shame and fear written upon his face. I saw a tall tower and a black sky, and wheeling shapes like bats, but much larger and more frightening. And then I saw him, Baradbeam. He looked at me. Excuse me. He looked at me, and his voice came not to my ears, but to my mind. If that makes any sense. He asked me questions, and when I did not answer, I felt searing pain. I told him I was a hobbit, and his laughter was cruel. He said I would see him soon, and then Gandalf broke the spell and took away the stone. The artifact was a seeing stone, a palantir, and Saruman had used it to communicate with his dark master. Gandalf would not tell me very much about the stone, but he seemed to think we escaped a much worse fate through a lucky chance of good fortune. I think he was right. I could not turn my eyes from the stone, and if that horrible figure had continued his questions, I know I would have answered him. What else might he have showed me in the palantir? I cannot guess, and I do not wish to. This is not the sort of conversation that suits a picnic, Baradbeam. Let us clean up our food, and we can speak again back at my post. Clean up the picnic. Okay, clean up the picnic and put everything away. Dr. Peregrine took at his post in the Citadel. Alright. Why do they call this the pier? I mean, I know it's long like a pier, but no boats come up here. It's their airships. Get on my mount. Yes, okay. Alright, Pippin.
There may once have been good reasons for using such stones. No longer.
I would like to apologize for spoiling our picnic with such frightening conversation, Baradbeam. The food was delicious and the company was excellent, of course, but I should not have spoken so much about the seeing stone and what I saw within it. You assure Pippin that it did not ruin the picnic and that you are simply glad he is all right now. Well, I thank you for saying so, my friend. I will give such artifacts a wide berth from now on, I can assure you of that. There may have once been good reason for using them, as Gandalf says, but now that there's so much trouble in, well, you know what land I mean. Now that there's so much trouble away to the east, I dare say no one should peek into one of those stones ever. I will get back to my duties now, Baradbeam. It was nice to see you again. Okay. We gotta find the other people now. One over here. High stable. Through here? No. Not through the gate. He's tall. What's in here? I don't think this is it. Okay. This way? This is the feast hall again. Northern Great Guest House. Well, how am I supposed to get over here? I've been there once, it looks like. Go out this way. Go that way. Dome of the Sun, high stable. Maybe it's this level? We'll go down a level. Let's hop on our mount, or otherwise it's gonna be forever while we're running around trying to figure out where this stuff is. Okay, I'd like to go this way. Mr. East. Aha. Yep, you're here.
Welcome to the Dome of the Sun, where meets the Council of Gondor.
Welcome, Baradbeam, to the Dome of the Sun. Word of your deeds is moving throughout the city like a fire in the brush. It sounds as if you have had many adventures and saved many good folk from the swords and axes of evil. May you continue to do so on our behalf, worthy lore master. You've just missed a meeting of the council, but if you go within, you may be able to lend some aid to Arador, chief scribe of the council. Meetings have been contentious of late, and the number of raised voices I have heard from my position here has only increased in recent days. It seems no two voices can agree on a single course of action, for each member of the council has his own interest to look after. Can they not see that we must be united if we are to survive the coming storm? I am just a door ward. It is not my place to speak so. There are some in the city who speak against the council, and you will not find me speaking such sedition. Okay. Model of the White City stands in the center of the room. Talk to Arador. Oh, we're lagging a little bit. Hello.
Yes? I wonder if you might do me a favor.
Yes? You must be Baradbeam, the lore master of whom Mithrander speaks so highly. I'm sorry to tell you that you have just missed a meeting of the council. See the state in which they have left this place? Wonder if you might do me a favor. I need to finish organizing these papers. Perhaps you might gather up the rest of the notes scattered about the chamber. Members of the council are masters of their various duties, but they trust that I will note down the matters of decision and do not stay behind to ensure I have recorded everything. I do my own duty as best I may, but I must ensure nothing slips by my notice amid the confusion. Okay. Scribbled notes. There's 8 of these papers around here. You can't reach this one right here. All I gotta do is stand up. Okay, there's 5. 6. 7. Corgi. Look at his face. Oh, God.
I am nearly ready. Let me copy these down.
Oh, thank you
Not
very
be
much.
long.
Thank you very much. Let me copy down any of the important matters from these papers, and then I will have another request for you. It will not be long. I gotta wait a minute. Unbelievable. Well, let's look at this miniature Minas Tirith. Model of Minas Tirith. Wait. Do not have the corresponding quest. Oh. Interesting. A quest, Corgi. It's a quest. Cool. Alright, 17 seconds and then... Wait, where'd he go? Oh, he's over here. Was at the wrong table. Alright, hurry up, bud. Look at the corgi. I love him. Alright. Good to talk to him again.
I need someone to bring these resolutions throughout the city.
There we go. I finished writing out the Council of Gondor's most recent resolutions. Now I need someone to bring these throughout the city so the city leaders can take the appropriate action. Normally I would send an errand writer, but if you'd like to meet some members of the council, perhaps you could like to perform this duty. Very good. Here's the stack of resolutions that will require immediate action. They're labeled with the correct recipient. Do you see? Here's the list. Torchun, the warden of the Houses of Healing. Ekadon, the captain of the garrison. Stellafir, the warden of the coffers. Mirudil, the warden of the stores. Thank you for this, Baradbeam. You will be doing the city a great service. 5th circle, Citadel, 2nd circle, 6th circle. Oh god, we gotta go all over the place. Collected the council resolution. Oh my god. This is gonna be I see these like, oh, you gotta run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to get to the different ones. I'm like, what's the most expeditious way to do this? I guess let's go to the Citadel first, and then we'll just make our way down. Gate of the Citadel. Oop. Oop. Alright, where is this doofus? Over there, I see him. Hello, Cellophir.
Thank you for bringing this resolution to me. I will act upon it at once.
I'm grateful that you have brought the Council's resolution to me with such haste, Baradbeam. As the Warden of the Coffers, it is my duty to maintain the guard upon the Treasury. To my relief, the Council agreed with my proposal that the guard upon the Treasury doors be increased. The city is soon besieged, as seems certain. The gravest threat to the coin of the city might not be the enemies outside the walls, but the folk within them. Indeed, an unsavory group has already begun speaking out against the council and the steward, and I am sure they would try and pilfer the treasury if given the opportunity. I thank you once more for bringing this resolution to me. Alright, we got that guy. Now, the 6th circle? How many circles are there? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So here? Here? Alright. We've made it thus. Go this way. Aha! I found him.
As you know, I am the Warden of the Houses of Healing.
It was very fast, Baradbeam. Perhaps you should become an errand rider for the city. I suppose it would be difficult for you to leave the adventuring life behind, but prompt delivery of messages is something to be prized, and you seem quite skilled at it. As you know, I am the Warden of the Houses of Healing. At the council meeting that just concluded, I requested an increase in supplies and goods for the use of my healers, spare cloths, water for boiling warm blankets. The council agreed with the principle of my request, but not to its whole extent. I've been granted an increase, but a small one. It is better than no increase at all, I suppose. We will take blankets and cloths from evacuated houses, for their owners have no current need of them, and I will arrange with the Warden of the Wells to provide me with spare buckets. Okay, now we want to go to the 5th. Is this the gate? Alright, 5th circle. Round this way. Or Master Trainer. Ah.
I am the warden of the stores. It is a difficult responsibility.
Ah, the council resolutions are already written. That was very fast. It is good to see such haste, for it usually takes much longer for the orders of the council to be put into action. Everyone is worried about what lies ahead, and it spurs them to move with haste. I am the warden of the stores, which means that all the food and goods brought into the city fall within the scope of my duty. I find where they can be stored safely and free from theft or spoilage, and ensure that the folk who need access to them have it. I must confess some trepidation to you, Baradbeam. If the city is besieged, I will surely become the most hated man in Minas Tirith. A man who rations the food is never loved by the hungry. This resolution will allow me to conduct a full inventory of the stores, so I will know how much food and other supplies we will have at our disposal. The gates are sealed by war. That inventory may become very important indeed. Okay, now second circle, but I've talked to this guy. They're both in the second circle. Okay, so let's continue this way, and then I have a plan. Talk to this horse. Hello, player. Diddle. Alright.
Gondor needs your aid.
Second. Soldier's tier. Alright. Oh, whoa, horsey. Don't fall off the edge. Okay, second tier. Alright, everything is this way. Oops. Not what I wanted to do at all. Is there a deed to do this one? 'Cause I bet we'll do it just by, accidentally doing it instead of our horse. In every other game, shift 1 is my steed. Alright, is there some... Aha!
I am the captain of the garrison, and I take my duty most seriously.
Thank you for bringing this to me so quickly, Baradbeam. I am the captain of the garrison, which means the training and command of warriors in the city falls to me. I take this duty very seriously. At the latest council meeting, I spoke on behalf of my men. The garrison lacks the weapons and armor needed to mount a true defense of the city, should our armies breach the gate. Furthermore, we simply do not have enough men. To that end, I argued that the scouts should be recalled from the Pelennor and Talathanor and put to work as part of the garrison. Arthedain did not like this suggestion. When you have finished with this duty, perhaps you can see if his temper has cooled. The council did not agree with me, and there was much sympathy for the ideas of Parthedain. Still, the Guild of Smiths has been commanded to double its production of weapons and shields, so the men I do have can hope to be better equipped for the battle ahead. It is not everything for which I hoped, but it is something at least. Talk to Parthedain, Warden of the Green, at the southeast section of the 6th Circle. Alright, but then there's someone over here. The Mumak and Keep. Ah. Dweelin. Oh, it's our hunter friends. Oh, look at them. They're too funny.
My brother and I have been teaching the folk here how to bring down a Mumak.
Greetings, Baradbeam. My brother and I have been teaching the folk here where to shoot at a mumak in order to bring it down. This crafted fellow is not as large as one of the actual beasts, but it still serves as good practice for letting fly our arrows. If you retrieve the arrows I've already fired and give them to my brother, he will be able to practice. He's been asking for his turn for a while now. Okay, just don't shoot me. Why are we lagging so hardcore right now? Ugh. Is it the corgi? It might have been the corgi.
Have you seen our father around the city anywhere?
Thank you, Baradbeam. Have you seen our father around the city anywhere? I ask only because we have not yet seen him since we returned, and I'm afraid he might be rather cross with us. You see, he commanded us not to leave the city, but we left anyway. You understand, I am sure. There was Mumakil to hunt, and furthermore, we learned how best to bring down the mighty beast. That must be worth something, even to our stern and disapproving father. Find him in the city for us, Baradbeam. He will be atop the wall somewhere in the second circle, probably with a view of the gate to the city, and perhaps you could plead in our behalf for leniency. He will be stern, I do not doubt it, but perhaps you can convince him that we need not be reprimanded for this adventure of ours. It ended happily, did it not? We met their father, right? Don't shoot me! I feel like we've met their father before. Okay, this guy is all the way over there. I did it again. A little shift 1. Wow, we're legging something fierce. Legging something fierce. Uh-huh. They did a really good job making sure this city felt alive, that's for sure. Okay, no. I wanna go up onto the wall. There he is.
My sons must learn to obey my words, or there will be no sons of mine.
I know you, Baradbeam. You are the man that brought my boys back to the city. You have my thanks for that. I will have some words for them when I catch them. I don't mind telling you. I am Lord of the Blackroot Vale, and within these boundaries my command is the law. Outside of them I am given authority over others by the grant of the council and the steward. But in affairs of my own house and over the actions of my sons I have complete authority no matter where I am. Gawain here thunders his displeasure, and some of the men nearby shrink away involuntarily. I command them to stay within the city for their own safety. What would I tell their mother if they ran afoul of some evil in Ithilien? Rosfrin would never let me hear the end of it. Tell me where they are, Baradbeam, and I will teach them obedience. You tell them that they learned something valuable about fighting Mumakil, and that he can find them in the tavern in Minas Tirith, named for the beast. I know that place. If you help my men finish gathering up these bows, swords, and shields, I will meet you there. My sons must learn to obey my words, or they will be no sons of mine. Dang. Alright. Root. Sword. Alright, bring the black group equipment to Lord Dunhir in the Mumek. Okay. Back to the Mumek. Do do do. Alright, almost there. What are you shooting at? That thing? Excuse me. Umek can keep.
And furthermore,
Sorry, I spaced out for a second. You've arrived to find Lord Dunhir mid-shout. And as my sons, you are responsible for upholding my good name. If you not do as I command, folk will look at your example and say, Dunhir cannot even control his own sons. What sort of man is that? And furthermore, Dunhir splutters into silence. Dunhir stares at the makeshift Mumek, seeming to see it for the first time. Already knew, but...
Can I have a try? I will show you how this is done, I warrant.
Lord Dunhir stares at the sight of the arrows flying toward the makeshift Mumek and is silent for a moment. Suddenly he erupts once again, but with quite a different exclamation. Ha! A palpable hit, Darufin, and that is the way. Why did you not tell me about this, Baradbeam? This exercise seems to me quite a useful one. Can I have a try, my son? I will show you how this is done, I warrant. You will see your sire get it on his first try, Dwelin. I cannot stay mad at my boys. They get their skill at archery from me, you know.
Do you see? There is nothing to worry about after all.
He has never been able to stay mad at Darufin or me for very long. Our mother thinks we remind him of himself when he was young, or perhaps old. He insists he has not changed after all. Thank you once again, my friend. We will be here practicing our technique. If the battle comes, we will be ready. Alright. Did that. Excuse me. Okay, now we need to go back up to the 6th circle. Where is this? Alright. Go to find the horse and we'll get back up to the 6th circle. What is the 6th circle called? Master's tier. Right? Yeah. Oh, is this a Forge Master? Comment
What
said
news do you
it is
bring,
time
traveler?
to reforge. Did that work? Yes. Now it's 2:15. And we want to put another tracery in there. And in here. Word of Master. How do I do that again? Okay. Perfect. And then here. Earth damage. Well, John said to put it whether or not you use it. Do this. Alright. We did it! We did it, John! We did. He's John's great. He gives me all this advice in the comments, so thank you, John, for that. Said as soon as we hit 101, he said you should be doing your reforge again. So appreciate it. I still don't quite understand how it works, but hey, we'll get it done. Okay.
Gondor needs
Masters tier. Bum 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 bum. I thought this was swift travel. Oh, it is. I looked away for a second because my cat is here. Okay. Here he is.
As the Warden of the Green, it is my duty to preserve the townlands.
Ekadon sent you. I have nothing to say to him. As the Warden of the Green, it is my duty to preserve the townlands and its people. I refuse now as I refused then to call back the few scouts and guards that now defend them. They are the folk who will first face the swords and axes of the orcs. Ah, I have recovered my temper. The council dismissed a suggestion that made me feel rather better. I have compiled a report of the situation on the Pelennor fields. Can I trust you to deliver it to Thalthir, the Warden of Laws? Many of the farms have been evacuated, and this report may help their owners receive recomps. Their homes are destroyed by the orcs. Thalthir can be found in the second circle of the city. To the second circle. Ugh. Okay. What is this? Ah. Oh. The deed. Okay, well, we'll do that, but we're gonna do that in the next episode. I've had enough running around for today, I think. We'll go back to the second circle in the next episode. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for all of your support on this series. If you do want to see more of the Lord of the Rings online Let's Play, make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye-bye, everyone.